Previously on Predict the Six. Another point gained for Jen last week as she correctly predicted the draw between St Mirren and Hearts.
Right, I'm just going to predict a draw because again, risks, you've got to take them, and I feel like every week you need to kind of put a draw in there, so this is my draw.
And after I picked up 0 points the week before last, did that all change last week? In short, no. 0 points. Livingston's team will have enough to be able to beat Hamilton, so that's my prediction. Livingston to beat Hamilton. Inverness are playing Partick Thistle this weekend, and it's up at Inverness. It's not going to be an easy fixture for Partick to really go into just yet. I'm going to say it's an Inverness home win. I do want Stirling Albion to win, and that's why I'm predicting them to win here. So far, that puts the scores on Jen on 7 points, and myself still on 8 points. So we're here again, Predict the Six, again with
me.
So once again, last week was a terrible week for myself. I really do put myself on a downer with these videos. I've now had 0 points 2 weeks in a row, and Jen's actually gained points back. At one point I was 3 points ahead, now I'm just the one. I'm really not doing well, so it has to improve this week. It just has to for me.
It's okay.
Thanks.
It's alright.
Right, Jen, your like target. They absolutely smashed it last week. The usual kind of low end mark was blown out the water, over 100 likes. What's your target this week?
Well, I don't understand, right? I just don't understand. I go for a lower target and you smash it. I aim for a high target and you struggle to get there. So I'm just going to go in the middle. I'm going to say 85. I said 75 last week, so let's boost up 10. 85 likes this week. You're fine.
So, I have been struggling the last few weeks, and for my first prediction this week, I've taken some inspiration off of one of you lot. And even though they did actually send this comment to Jenny didn't want this game. So I'm now taking it up upon myself to get the viewers involved. So to Glasgow's Green and White on Instagram, their wee comment will pop up here right now. As I said, they did send the wee reply to Jenny on Instagram, but they asked us in general to predict that Celtic will beat Livingston on Sunday. And that is going to be my first one this weekend. He said that it's pretty much a banker and that I should definitely go for it, so I am. I do think Celtic will beat Livingston. I wasn't going to pick the fixture myself, but to get you lot involved and hopefully to get myself some guaranteed points, I'm going for a Celtic win against Livingston. So Glasgow's Green and White in advance, if it happens. Cheers.
So my first game is Dundee versus Arbroath. Now, I predicted Arbroath last week and I don't think I got it right.
No, I've had Arbroath quite a few times and they've never really came out on top for us.
No. So Dundee are sitting 4th in the Scottish Championship. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. They drew against Queen of the South last week and they were relegated last season. The main points I've probably said in this series before. Arbroath are sitting 6th in the same table. They lost the last 2 games that they played and they got promoted last season. I'm going to say that Arbroath's going to win against Dundee. I just have a feeling it's risky, but you know, like I always say, you've got to take some risks.
I don't know what to think about Dundee and Arbroath at the moment, to be honest, because Arbroath started the season surprising a few teams, etc. Dundee have really been quite bang average, and surprisingly bang average considering everyone thought they'd be up the top end of the table. They're now, I don't know, 10 points, maybe 9 behind Dundee United currently, and Ayr as it goes, and they're not exactly playing the way that you would expect them to. So I don't really think that it's that risky. It could happen, it might not, but as you say, you always want to take a few risks. Right, so my next one is Ross County versus St Johnstone in the Scottish Premiership. It's a Saturday fixture and I'm just going to go with a Ross County win. St Johnstone are bottom of the league and they've not started off the season well, so I think Ross County are sort of not guaranteed to win at home here, because I don't think with any of my predictions that I should be saying any of them are guaranteed, because last week I thought I had quite good fixtures on the board and none of them came through. So I'm going to go for a Ross County win here, hoping that it's one of my more certain ones. I've had Celtic to win, and I think that's quite a certain one, and I do think Ross County playing bottom of the league St Johnstone should be a certainty. But we just never know. So that is my second prediction for this week, that Ross County will beat St Johnstone. Please lads, didn't let me down. Didn't make me look like an absolute loser. For a better word, loser.
So my next game is Brecon versus Stirling Albion. Brecon are sitting 9th in the Scottish League 2 table. They won against Elgin City last week, and I've been to Brecon a lot of times. I've met my favourite ex-Pars player, Joe Cardle, there, so it's got a little something to me. You know, place in my heart, it's there. I would love to go back.
And I said in my SPFL games of the week as well that Glebe Park's a really good stadium. I didn't want to see them go out of the SPFL leagues, and they're currently down the bottom end of League 2. So I don't want anything to happen to them. They've all got a dear place in their hearts.
And Stirling Albion are 10th in the league, so they are just above Brecon. No, just below Brecon. Maths. Just below Brecon. They drew the last 2 games, and it is my family team.
They're unbeaten in 3. They won the game before those 2 draws as well, so they're unbeaten in 3 games.
I don't care.
That's even better though.
However, I'm going to back Brecon just because, I don't know, I just have a feeling.
She loves Brecon.
I love Brecon, and I'm really sorry to my family.
And now my last one, I'm going into Scottish League 2 as well, and it's probably the fixture of the weekend in terms of beforehand. Cowdenbeath v Edinburgh City, 2 of the current top 3 in Scottish League 2. Cowdenbeath haven't lost a game.
You sure?
Cowdenbeath have only lost 2 games so far this season, and that was to Elgin City on opening day, and they lost to Cove Rangers, both of them being away from home. Edinburgh City, on the other hand, have lost 1 game and drawn 1 game. They lost to Cove Rangers on the first game of the season and drew to Elgin City away from home on both occasions as well. So what we can take for this game is that Cowdenbeath and Edinburgh City have only dropped points to the same 2 teams in League 2 so far, that being Cove Rangers and Elgin City. But this fixture is at Cowdenbeath, and Cowdenbeath have actually had a really good home record this season. The only games that they have lost is away from home, as I said, to Elgin and Cove Rangers. Every home game they've had so far, they've won it. So the fact that Cowdenbeath are playing at home will give them that wee edge. So I'm going for a Cowdenbeath home win. So hopefully it can provide the same amount on the pitch that it's going to look like providing beforehand in terms of the hype that the game will provide.
How many times do you want to say provide? Sorry.
Big bully.
I'm not bully. My last one is Peterhead versus Adrionians. Peterhead are sitting 8th in the Scottish League 1. I've put 2 in my notes. Scottish League 1. They lost 4-3 last week against Montrose, and that's the first football ground I visited. Whoa, something just went in my eye.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, that's the first football ground I visited when Dunfermline were playing them in 2016. In January 24th.
No draw.
It was exciting.
What a time to be alive.
What a time. Adrionians are sitting 5th in the same league. They drew their last game and haven't actually scored that many goals this season so far. Like every week, I have to have a draw in the mix, and this is my draw.
I have to say she has picked one of the more boring fixtures from League 1. There is obviously Raith Rovers v Falkirk. To be fair, I wouldn't have touched Raith Rovers v Falkirk with a barge pole either. It's too hard a game to call, but this game, I wouldn't have touched it either because it's pretty boring.
Boring equals a draw.
Does it?
Yeah.
Right, so that's it for the talking about the games and what games we're choosing to predict this weekend. Now we're moving on to the handicapping part of the video like we always do, and my handicap for you this weekend, let's just check my notes. Brecon v Stirling Albion. Just because out of all your fixtures, I think it's the one that's more likely to happen. You've picked quite risky results.
I'm not happy about it.
Well, you'll be hoping for no handicap.
Fingers crossed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your winner receives -1 goal. So it technically starts Stirling Albion 1, Brecon 0, or Brecon 0, Stirling Albion 1. Brecon are losing already. And they're barely scoring goals as it is.
So I'm handicapping Celtic versus Livingston.
Or Livingston versus Celtic.
Same thing. Just because it will happen, so I don't want it to happen.
Good.
So
That's the point of the series.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Again, the
On
same
the same
one.
boat.
Ah well. Livingston are 1-0 up going into it. Celtic just need to win by at least 3 goals and that's it. So, you're 1 point behind me. This is not good.
Can I say, maybe I know more about football than you do.
It's worrying me. Right, so that's it for this week's episode of Predict the Six, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. What was it, Jenny?
85.
85 likes, right. We're setting high targets, so do not let us down. Please hit the like button and get it to 85. Comment down below your predictions for the games that we've predicted and any games you're going to this weekend, and subscribe for more of this deeper content. And until the next video, which will be the vlog for Alloa versus Dundee United tomorrow night, which you may be at.
Maybe going to.
We'll let you know on that front.
If you see me, say hi.
But until that video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.
And like you said, I might see you tomorrow. Bye.